Hello, hello. Hi, friends.
Hello.
All right, let me go live here. Got to click all the buttons. This is so fun. I love seeing girl faces here.
Yes, ladies' night.
Welcome. How's everybody doing?
Fabulous. How are y'all?
Great.
Good. I'm glad you guys are here. We're just starting to get people on. Those that know of people who are going to come on TikTok, we are just going to be on Instagram and YouTube tonight. So tell your friends to come over to one of those platforms. But the surprise that I had is, look, Candace is here in person. Isn't that fun?
Yes, we just learned that we live like 20 minutes away from each other, and we figured, why not do it together?
Yeah. So we went to the gym together last night to like meet, because we had met at Just Be You Awards, but briefly. And it's been so fun.
That's crazy. You guys are so close and just found out about it.
I know. I've been here for a month only. And we had the JBY chat going on for presenters. We were doing the introductions, and that's how we put two and two together.
I see. Okay. Well, awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. I wonder who's close to me. I'm in Houston. I moved here about 5 years ago. And I know there's a lot of Barry folks in Houston. I just haven't connected the dots. So I just finally went to my first meetup, which I went to retreat.
Nice.
I was like mind blown. First of all, peopling is hard for me, y'all. I don't know if peopling is easy for y'all, but for me, as social as I am online, in person, I'm like, all right, let's do this. So I'm excited about JBY.
Yeah, we were literally just talking about that last night, because I was saying that I've just learned as I've gotten older that I love being social. I love being around people, but I need time to decompress and just I've learned that more about myself. So even just thinking about JBY, as I was saying, like, I think it'll be good to have a hotel room rather than like a big house this year, just so I could have like some space and me time if I need it. And but that's so fun that was that's like a big first meetup to go to.
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
That's right. That's right.
For sure. Yep.
Yes.
Look, we have Haley on, Matt. Welcome, friend.
Girls' night.
I know. I was so mad at myself. I love doing ladies' night, that song, 'cause it's ladies' night. I was going to do that on our reel, and then I just totally forgot, and it was just quiet. And I'm like, that's so awkward, but whatever. Here, Michelle, I'm still getting kind of some feedback from you. I'm just, perfect. Just, yeah. So during this first portion is when we talk about non-scale victories, and they can be non-scale victories from your whole journey. It can be from this last week, from today, from whatever it is. So those that are watching with us right now, if you want to start giving some of your non-scale victories, feel free to put those in the chat. But I'm gonna pull a Rob. We always pick on Murph, and since he's not here tonight, I'm gonna pull a Rob and pick on you, Char, first. Do you have a non-scale victory?
So I did, like I said, bring my beanie in honor of Murph. So shout out to you, Murph.
Yeah.
And I actually a lot over the time frame I went to San Diego for retreat. One, that was my first time getting on a plane in a long, long time. And I did not need the extender. So and two, because I have to be extra. I order everything online. I don't know if y'all do just online shopping, but I ordered everything and I realized everything was big on me. And I was like, oh my God, friend, look at you thinking you're bigger than you are. But that was so awesome to order stuff and like it actually fits. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Or having it be too big. It's like I was used to it being too small all the time. Like, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Shane did that to me, because now I'm delusional. Now I'm like, I'm so skinny.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I might as well just go to extra small at this point. That's awesome. How about you, Michelle? Do you have any non-scale victories? And again, it can be from your whole journey or experience or last week or day or whatever.
Well, I always go back to my Disneyland because that's my big thing. I'm a Disney freak, and it was not fun being able to go and get in the rides, or felt like I needed extra time to get in the rides, that they were going to leave, go while I was still trying to get in. And because when you're bigger, it's hard.
Mhm.
And just riding rides for the first time after not being able to fit in the rides, it was just fun. It was just a whole new experience, and I felt a different joy because I was experiencing it in a different way. And again, also, just like Char, the seat belt. When I was coming back from my trip a few weeks ago, got in my seat, snapped my seat belt, and this lady came on. I just kind of watched her. I could tell she was a bigger person, and she leans over to the stewardess as she first comes in. I go, I know exactly what she's asking for. And the stewardess went and got the seatbelt extender. And I thought, man, I felt that so hard for her. I was just like, I wanted to just get up and give her a hug, but I thought that's too embarrassing. But I knew where she was coming from. And it's nice not to have to ask for that anymore. But that's basically it.
That's a great MSB.
Yeah, I know. I always have a hard time with that too, of just, I think that empathy of like seeing other people who are struggling. And it's like, I would never want to, if I don't have a relationship with someone, like go up and say something. But it's like, I think when you know what that feels like you said, it's like, I just want to give them a hug and go like, oh, like,
yeah,
there's
a bit of that support.
Yeah.
Like, I understand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Welcome, friends that are joining. We're doing our non-scale victories. So I have not seen any in the chat yet. So please share your non-scale victories because we want to make sure that we celebrate them with you. Candace, you knew it was coming. I was trying to give you some more time.
I did.
What's a non-scale victory of yours?
Oh, so most recently, I went hiking to a 5-mile hike up a mountain, and I was really intimidated prior to starting the hike, knowing that it was 5 miles. And that was like the most intimidating part with the elevation gain. And I got halfway up and I was like, are we there yet? I'm about to die. But I kept pushing through, and I made the entire hike in 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm really proud of that because before I would have never even attempted it.
Yeah. With doing hiking, I don't know if you guys have experienced this or if this is what you felt at all, but whenever when I started hiking or doing things where I would get my heart rate up, it would like give me a panicky sensation because it was like remembering, when I had a larger body where it was like panicky. And then it took a little while to realize like, oh, it's like in my mind for it to register, like it's okay to have a higher heart rate and to be out of breath. Like this is normal for like the activity I'm doing. Did you feel that at all?
Yeah. And I had to like breathe through it and be like, I'm okay. I'm not dying. I'm working out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's awesome.
I hope to be outdoorsy one day because, like, for me, the outdoors beautiful, but like the critters and things, I haven't quite like. And I'm in Texas, out of the place with the most amount of critters and crawling creatures, and here I am.
Right. Well, you now have 2 people in Southern Oregon, Char, where we will fight the bugs off from you. Michelle, you're used to fighting things off too. She's a tough lady, so she can come out too.
Yes. Okay. So we're like the Power Rangers of bugs. I love that.
I want to try to get more and more people to move out to Southern Oregon. I'm like, okay, now that I have Candace here, which it was nothing to do with me at all, but now that she's here, it's like, okay, who else can we get out here?
Here's the thing. If you're going to sell me on Oregon, you got to tell us what is there to do in Oregon. I've never been. So for a person who's never been, what's there?
Well, if you're not into nature, I can totally get you into nature with all the beautiful mountains and the hiking.
You have protectors of nature. So we'll fight off the mosquitoes. And
gemstone, crystal hunting. There's a lot of places to go rock hounding here, which I'm a big fan of.
Mushroom hunting.
Yes, mushroom hunting. So a lot of outdoorsy stuff.
But no, I'm going to customize this to Char because I'm going to sell you on it. So we have, because I'm like, outdoorsy things, you're not there yet. That's okay. We will get you there. But in the meantime, what do we have? We have all 4 seasons that are a very mild temperament. So when you get more north to Oregon, like where Mel and Kelly are, you get a lot more rain. Here, we do have more sunshine because we're pretty close to the California border, but we get all 4 seasons. So we have beautiful falls where all the leaves change and it's beautiful. And where we live in a valley. And so we get snow in the mountains, but very little snow on the ground. So if you want to go to the snow, you can, but it's not like you're having to shovel it like Miss Michigan is used to, which you won't get that anymore. We have lots of wineries and really good food places.
So
I know. I was like, here we go. So Southern Oregon is known for being mini Napa is what they call us, because we have so many wineries here. So you can, so you can do wine tours. But I don't even really drink like that much at all. So you don't even have to like wine because all of the locations are so beautiful and they have really good food there. A lot of times they have live music. And so it's just like a really fun town. In the summertime, there's rafting. And I know that's kind of outdoorsy, but you can do like inner tube, like chill rafting where it's not like intense if you want to get your tan on and just like lay out. We have this dual tube where we have it's like 2 tubes together and then there's like an ice chest. So that's like my style of rafting where you can just float on down and it's really fun. So how did I do? Did I sell you a little bit?
You did. Actually, you got me a winery. While I'm not a huge drinker, but I like to taste. I like to dabble, right? And then there's always going to be a big girl inside my heart, no matter how small I get. So once you said food and wine, I was like, I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah. And you have me and Candace now, and I love having people at my house, and you tell them how comfy my couch was.
Oh, it's so comfortable.
The corgis.
Yes, there's 2 corgis and they're the sweetest. One of them even matches my hair color, so we're twinning.
I love that. I have a hair color like that. I just didn't put it on today.
Yeah. That's great.
All right. Look, we've got some other NSVs. I'll share mine too in just a minute. But Haley said, I've become a lot more extroverted in social settings, more comfortable talking to people I don't know, and not super worried about my weight. And I'd still consider myself introverted, though. That's okay, Haley. I get you.
Yeah.
And Haley's the reason I was talking with her. And that's how I found out that you moved to Oregon in the first place. So Haley's the one that really kind of brought this all together. Let's see. Tony's on. Welcome. Oh, he just was finishing washing his hair, so he thought he'd drop in.
I can't. Literally, I've been trying. I was like, I know it's ladies' night, guys, but you have to stop by. And he tells me I have to wash my hair. If anyone knows Tony, he's bald. So what hair are you washing, Tony?
I don't know if I want him to answer that question, actually.
I was going to say, yeah, we may not want him to answer that.
You know what? You're
not
right.
be appropriate.
Well, feel free to keep dropping in NSVs. Don't stop. Tony, I'm not counting that as an NSV. I think you have another one in there. My NSV this week has been, I've been so excited about my hair. I feel like, after bariatric surgery, it's very normal to lose quite a bit of hair. And this is the first week where I did my hair today and I was like, I finally feel like it's like getting back to where it was before, where it's like a bit like thicker and just like more of what I'm used to having. And so I'm telling you, it's like vitamins. It just takes time too. Like, I think you can do all the right things for it. And sometimes it just takes time, but that's something I've been really excited about, especially today. I was like, I feel like my hair is coming back.
It looks great.
Thank you. That wasn't like a setup to get complimented.
No,
but
it
thank
does.
you.
When you had posted your story earlier today, I was like, she looks pretty.
Oh, thanks.
Seriously. Eat up those compliments. I love them. If anyone wants to give me a free compliment, I'll take it.
Right.
Just sign up for them. And do you feel like strange after bariatric surgery with getting compliments, or have you always kind of been like, I don't know about this?
For me, a little bit. I feel like with how I grew up, though, my parents they were always kind of encouraging of that, sometimes to a fault. So I feel like that hasn't been something I've struggled with as much. I always just try to say thank you. Like I've always tried to not say like, oh no, that's not true or whatever. I try to say thank you, but it still feels, it can feel a little weird. How about for you guys?
Not me. I'll take it.
You're like, keep it coming.
Keep it coming. I told you I'm delusional. So if anybody feeds my delusion, bring it on in.
What about for you, Michelle? I'd be curious on your answer on that.
It's hard for me because I've never felt like I was worthy of compliments. And so now it's just like I have to learn to accept things gracefully and graciously and go from there. Sorry if you're getting noise. My husband's put my work desk together.
Yay!
So, but yeah, it's really hard for me. But the more I get it, the more I realize I'm worthy of it and I can enjoy it.
It's awesome. How about for you, Candace? What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of like an awkward situation sometimes, depending on like how hot the compliment is. Like I'll take it and be like, "Oh, you're so sweet," or something like that. But it's really been hard for me to step away from the no, that's not it. Like, don't say that. Like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've tried to adapt the whole thank you, I appreciate it, and give back a compliment or something.
Yeah, I love that. Let's see. Jamie said, I started walking laps around the lake in my complex. That's so cool. You have a lake to walk around.
Relaxing.
So fun. And I started meditating every morning. Good for you. That's amazing. Hey, we already got a compliment for you, Char. Jamie says, Char, you are absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. I love you, Fran. Thank
yes. And hey, Dee's on. Dee's the king of compliments. Hey, Dee, give us some compliments while you're thinking about it.
Hey, Dee.
Let's see. Haley said, okay, we're getting more compliments, Char, your way. This is good. Okay, give us all some compliments so we can practice accepting.
Yes, let's spread the love. Let's bring some positivity. Let's sprinkle some compliments on everyone. I'm going to give you guys a compliment. Shea, your hair looks magnificent. Your smile, vibrant and radiant. Love it. Candace, hair is herring. Face is glowing. Skin is flawless. Michelle, I can see your heart through your face. You are such a sweet woman. Thank you for being you. And I need you to accept these compliments, okay?
Thank you.
We just need to record Char's voice and like have that be like our daily affirmations that we just listen to every day. Or we just go up to your platforms and just watch you talk. And that's
there you go.
Haley, though, did say to you, Char, love your hair tonight and your energy and your advocacy for mental health and how much you hype others up. And then she said, should I keep going? And the answer is yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yes. Tony said we go from International Men's Day to Ladies' Night. Yes.
Yes. That panel was amazing. If you guys missed it, the guys at BME, they hosted an all-male panel, which we're not going to spend too much time on the testosterone, but it was really nice to see men be vulnerable because that's kind of a rare occurrence. So I know Murph and Rob do it quite often, but we need to see more of that, right? We need more men expressing their feelings because we can talk all day, right? We as women, I feel like we get comfortable around each other. Like even now,
it's more like socially and culturally acceptable, and that's why like I've always told Murph like that's why we embrace his tears. I'm like, no, like that's good. We need to see more of that. It's a healthy human experience.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dee. He said, Shea, I need my eyebrows done like you. Snatched. Oh, that's the other thing I'll sell everybody on right here. I have an amazing facial tattoo artist here in Southern Oregon who's done my eyebrows, my lips, my eyeliner, all tattooed. So she's incredible. So I like
hello.
Another reason to come to Southern Oregon.
I'm like literally staring at your face right now because she did a great job. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And I've microbladed brows. Like that was like one of my side gigs,
really?
and I had no idea.
That's so cool.
I did not know it was tattooed. That's so cool.
And she's like, right there.
It looks so good.
Mine are tattooed too. So mine are called nano brows though.
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Everybody's got a great defined like arch in their brow. And I'm like, I need to do my brow.
Well, we'll get you set up with my lady.
Yeah.
She's one of my good friends. She also does, which I don't know that anybody would be applicable in this situation for, but she does 3D areola tattoos for like breast cancer survivors. And her work is incredible. So we had, I don't know if you guys know Dusty lost 300 pounds. We had him on the show a couple weeks ago, and I was telling him about it because he's getting plastics done, and he shared this on the show, so it's okay to share it, but he's getting like everything cut and like his nipples cut off and everything, like with how he's doing it. And so I told him about my friend who does like areola work. And so he's like, I think I'm going to come out to have her do it. So she's going to be getting a lot of work.
Yay,
awesome.
shout out to her. I mean, if she does great work, paramedical tattooing is beautiful. I love that, especially for the cancer patients. I love that that's an option. So shout out to her for doing that.
Yes. Oh, look at all these compliments. Gosh, I'm glad Rob isn't here tonight. He would just be eating these up and getting a bigger head than he already has. No, I'm just kidding. Haley said, Shea, I love how calming your energy is. And yes, your eyebrows are goals. Thanks, my friend. My mom is on. She said, yay to Michelle's hubby for putting her desk together. Yeah, let's give a shout out. I know it's girls' night, but still, that's pretty awesome.
Right.
Dee said, love all the ladies. You ladies are all rock stars. Don't forget that. Haley said, Candace, I love how open you are about your journey and your strength and your support to me during my journey.
Thank you, Haley.
Aww. And Jamie said, I can't stop looking at how beautiful Char is.
Real tears.
So nice.
With the background and the blue hair, like Ice Queen.
Yeah, like Frozen is what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to build a snowman?
With you, Char?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
We'll go to, what did you say? The mountaintops is where the snow is?
Yeah. We have to drive a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Come to Utah. We can build a big snowman.
Yeah.
You guys get a lot of snow too.
We get a lot of snow.
I do. That is on my list, Michelle. I really want to come visit you guys in Utah.
You would love it here. We have everything. And like you say, all 4 seasons, beautiful, but snow, lots of snow. Remember, the Olympics were here and they're coming back. So yeah, we get lots.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, how cute. Dee said, Char is my favorite Christmas color theme.
I love you. I love you, Dee.
Actually, like that is amazing. We have a white tree that we'll decorate. We have a white tree and then a green tree. And my white tree, I'll do blue and silver. So like when you said that, Dee, I'm like, yes, exactly. She's my favorite Christmas color theme too.
I need a new tree. I used to do all right, here's the question. Artificial or natural tree? I'm an artificial girly because I like to throw things in the attic, and I figured I could just throw the tree up there and see it again next year. What about y'all?
So this is like blasphemy here in Oregon, but like I'm also an artificial tree person. I feel kind of embarrassed saying it because like in Oregon, you just like don't say that very often if you want people to make fun of you, because we have so many trees. You can like go and cut down your own tree, but they're just so messy. Like,
and you have to water them and clean up after them.
Yes, it's like a pet. Honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm like team artificial right now too.
Yeah. Tell them about your tree.
I made an all black Christmas tree. Like black tree, black ornament, black everything.
Yeah. See, and I was team live for many, many years, and I was diehard. We would take all the kids, drive up the mountains, cut it down, find the perfect tree. And it got to be where the kids didn't want to go because it was too cold. They didn't want to get out. And after we became, our kids were all older. Of course, now it's just easy to get out the tree, decorate it. And because we don't have kids here anymore, it's just him and I. So it's a little easier that way.
Yeah. As Dee says, it is nice to have trees grown in a box. I agree with that. I did. I was even telling Dylan though, I was like, should this be our year where we try like a real tree where we go like cut it down and try it? And he's like, oh, it's just so messy. I'm like, I know, but to have like the smell and stuff, I'm like, I don't know. We probably won't. Maybe we'll get a wreath. Usually Costco will have wreaths like where they're like the real smell. So like maybe we'll get a wreath to have the smell.
Yeah, I was kind of like on the fence of having a fake one or a real one. And then Pinterest got me with the theme all black tree. And I was like, I'm going for it.
It's so cute. I like
love that.
Mhm. All right. Any other NSVs? Feel free to leave them in the comments.
So when do you guys put up your tree? Are you a before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving? What side of the fence are you on?
That's a good question. I swing back and forth. Like it really depends on my vibe. So this year I felt way more fall vibes to where I've like wanted to extend Halloween fall. So I'll probably do it after Thanksgiving. But there's been years in the past where it's like the day after Halloween, I'll put everything up if I'm feeling it. So I swing both ways.
Yeah, I was totally all for waiting after Thanksgiving, but for some reason this year I was early and I started last night.
I love that. So it really depends on, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but like where my spirit is with the balls. Okay. I know that was like you guys read into that however you want in the chat, but like I always go through like these phases of like, do I want gold balls? Do I want silver balls? Do I want to just like go crazy? Like I get in my head about these balls all the time. I'm just like, I would have these shiny balls in my brain right now. So now that's my dilemma. Until I figure out the ball situation, it's gonna wait. It might even go up the day before Christmas. So who knows? I just gotta figure out the balls and then I'll figure out the rest.
Balls to the wall.
Balls.
Oh my goodness. Do you see what Dee says? He says, I boiled some pine sol in the stove for the smell. Talking about the Christmas tree smell.
That's actually genius.
Genius if you want to pass out from chemicals.
Listen, my mom did not care. My mom was one of those parents that would put like I don't know if y'all know Fabuloso. It's like this smelly, like all-purpose cleaner. She would boil it sometimes because the house would smell like whatever she cooked. And we're probably sick. I'm probably actively sick from it. I have no idea. But she did that for years. So I'll let you guys know how that turns out.
I love it. What about you, Michelle? Are you before or after Thanksgiving?
It's tradition to do it the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So Friday is for like the Black Friday sales. You know, we all get together and go breakfast and do our shopping, and then the Saturday after, up goes that tree. But last year I had a really big problem with it. I was down in the dumps. I was mad at everybody, and so it didn't get put up until like maybe a week and a half before Christmas. But
that's like how it used to be, though. I think that's like more how it used to be.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, like people would like put their tree up. I don't know. It seems like everything has just gotten earlier and earlier and earlier. Now Black Friday is not Black Friday anymore. It's Black Friday month, right? Like for everything.
exactly. Yeah.
Everybody's got like a week-long Black Friday sale going on.
Things change. If we don't have change, we don't progress, right?
Oh, there you go.
I know you asked about when it goes up, but when does it go down? Do y'all take it down immediately after Christmas, the new year, or do you just wait for the next cool holiday?
So my birthday is January 22nd, and growing up, I always wanted Christmas decorations to be like through to my birthday. But usually like my parents wouldn't want it up that long. So sometimes it just, again, depends on how I'm feeling, but sometimes we'll keep it up till my birthday, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. My birthday is January 3rd, so right before hers. And I was always, I want to be done with Christmas before my birthday because I don't want to split my Christmas presents with my birthday.
Smart. That's smart. That makes sense.
So I take it down the day after New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
So are you a Capricorn?
Yeah.
Okay, Capricorn.
I'm Aquarius.
Yeah, I was going to say
she's an Aquarius. Okay. Taurus.
Really quick.
Taurus, hey.
I wanted to call out because we do have D, like he's been in the chat, but he's also been with us this whole time. I don't know if you guys realized, but this has been, don't tell any of the other guys, but I was very excited to have D's month here. So I just wanted to give him a shout out.
I knew I felt the spirit.
About it. That he was like, I'm behind you.
Yeah. You're always with me, D. You're always behind me and in my heart.
I love
you over the shoulder.
Yes. Well, okay. We are officially into our show, but everybody loves the sexy time music. So what we do typically is we'll do sexy time music mainly so we can use the potty and take a quick bathroom break. But you guys stick around, listen to sexy time music. We'll be right back and we'll start our show officially. Okay, so let me get the music started. This is what Rob usually does. He can be helpful sometimes. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, sexy time music.
Tell you good night. can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
Hey, it's Rob.
What's up? It's Murph, and I cry. Hey, it's Shea, and I'm the girl. Welcome to the Waiting Table podcast. What's up, guys? My goodness, I'm sorry. That was probably the clunkiest intro we've done, but there were a lot of controls there.
There were. I'm like behind the scenes and I'm like looking all over the place. Like, what's happening?
Well, welcome everybody to another episode of the Waiting Table podcast, where we have roundtable discussions about the hottest topics in the weight loss community. I'm Shea. This is Char. We've got Michelle. We've got Candace. The boys are kicked out tonight, and it is ladies' night. So welcome everybody. Yes, thank you for bearing with me. Don't tell Rob that I messed up the intro. He's going to get a bigger head than he already does. Okay, guys. Welcome. Well, we had our little non-scale victory happy hour, and now we're rolling into our official show. So not really a lot is changing. We're just kind of transitioning over. But before we get into everybody's stories and sharing about each other, I have a game tonight, and I am so excited because the boys always give me so much grief for all of my fun games. And I'm like, I'm going to play it with the ladies because they're going to appreciate it and have fun. And I'm excited. So are you guys ready for a game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Do it.
All right. So we have played this one here, I'm going to scoot in a little bit more. We have played this one on the show before, but it's different, a little different this time. So we are playing Name That Movie or Show Emoji Edition. So what I will do is I will share emojis, and it's up to you to name the movie or show. And I think these are all actually movies. So I will help you with that. That the emojis are describing. Your name is your buzzer. And tonight, since it's ladies' night, I thought we would do Disney edition. So I know Michelle's a Disney girly. I don't know, Char, Candace, how are you guys with Disney movies?
I'm hit or miss. It's
Hit or miss?
Yeah.
I have 3 kids.
So you're gonna do just fine.
Yeah.
So I can confirm Candace is not cheating. I don't have the answers up. I'm having to remember these as I go, but I think I'll be able to know if they're right or wrong. So everybody who's in the chat and watching, feel free to play along. You can give hints, or you can say the answer, and that'll help everybody else. So if you know the answer, when I show it, just say your name. So it would be like, for me, Shea, and then you could say the answer, and then we'll go from there. Any questions before we start?
Mm.
No.
All right. So here is our first one.
Oh, Snow White. Oh, sorry, Michelle.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, it's I can't tell. It's hard to see. Go to lots and it's read. No, I don't know.
Oh no.
Candace got it. Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Okay.
Yes, this is just a
Oh,
test
okay.
round. This is so now you guys kind of know the flow of it. So you say your name and then what it is, okay?
Okay.
This is I'll give you a hint with this next one. There are two movies, one that's the original, one that's a remake, and this is not a cartoon. It's like a real life one, okay?
Parent Trap. Oh, Michelle. Parent Trap.
Yep, you got it. Good job. That's okay. By the end, we'll have this down. Don't worry.
Okay.
Good job. Okay, this one I think you guys will get. So be ready. Are you guys ready?
I think.
Oh,
Char, Aladdin.
Yeah, good job. You got it. Okay, this one we've said it. We said this one in happy hour. Okay.
Oh,
Char, Frozen.
Yeah, good job. I'm not calculating points, by the way, so it's okay. Don't. I think the boys get really competitive. The girls, I figured we could just play for fun.
Yep.
All right, you guys are getting the flow now. We got a few more. Okay, ready? How about this one?
oh, Candace, Ariel,
So that's
Little
not
Mermaid.
There you go. Yep. Good job. Okay, this one's fun. Ready?
Char.
Pinocchio. Sorry.
She's got it.
Pinocchio.
Yes, good job. Okay, ready? We got a few more. Are you guys having fun?
Yes.
Okay, ready? How about this one?
Michelle. It's I can't think of Tatiana or however you say his name. It's the well, it's not Princess and the Frog, but it is. But it's like the new. I can't ever say her name. Tatiana or
Princess Tiana.
Yeah, Princess Tiana.
Yeah, but it is. Isn't it called Princess and the Frog?
It
Yes.
might be. Yeah, I can't remember for sure. Okay.
Yep, you got it. You got it. Okay, let's do a couple more. Let's see. I'm going to pick my favorite. This is my favorite Disney movie of all time. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. That's not it. But we'll do that one. We'll do that one. But that's not the one I meant to do.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
There you go. Good job. Okay. This is my favorite movie of all time.
Okay. I'm gonna guess Char, maybe no, not Elemental. What's the one with all the emotions? I can't think of what the name.
I can't think of it either.
Oh my goodness. I know which one it is because you're in mental health, so I know you would appreciate this movie. Help me out in the chat, guys. What is the name of the movie again? It's the
You're
one
on
with
the
all
right track.
the emotions,
Mhm.
and the new one has anxiety. I can't think of the name of the movie.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it either.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
Inside Out.
Yep.
Yes. Inside Out.
Favorite
Yes,
Disney
that.
movie of all time. I love that one.
Such a good one.
All right,
It
we'll
is.
do one last one. We're going to do a little bit of a throwback here. Let's do this one.
Oh, Candace, Aristocrats.
Yep, except it's Aristocats.
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's the cats.
cats.
Yep.
Good guess.
All right. Well, that's the game. I hope you guys had fun. Thanks for helping out in the comments and giving us some of that. But yeah, I love that game. I hope you guys had fun with that. So let's roll in. I want everybody to introduce themselves because we didn't do that on Happy Hour yet. Normally, just if this is your first time watching, we have Rob and Murph and myself that are on. With those guys, we've all had bariatric surgery, and but we try to do ladies' night and boys' night every so often. So all the ladies here are guests tonight, and yeah, maybe if we could just share like your name, what bariatric surgery you've had, and just anything else that you want to share. So I'm gonna start with Candace since since you got to go last on the last time I did this.
Okay. All right. So my name's Candace. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy July of 2022. And I'm down 130 pounds from my heaviest weight, taking GLP-1s right now to help me achieve my goal. And yeah, it's been a wonderful experience for me.
Awesome. Now you get to choose who gets to go next.
Char.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I'm Murph. Just kidding. No, I'm Char, and I'm New York native. Not that you didn't probably already hear this. Live in Houston. When I moved to Houston, I decided, you know, I love the food. I love all that, and my weight kind of ballooned. I also started experiencing some medical concerns with my blood pressure. My big aha moment was when I realized my 83-year-old grandfather and I were on the same blood pressure medication, and it just, I'm in my 30s. I was like, I can't fathom being on the same meds as my grandfather. So something had to give. So I went and had a revision. I was a lap band girly, and I had a revision to the SG, and I lost 123 pounds. So whoop whoop to that. I did have a berry baby, so there was some regain involved. Naturally, women are magical, and we do stuff like, make babies and, raise people and be magical as usual. But I did experience quite a bit of a emotional because of the regain. Honestly, I was dealing with postpartum depression, and I also opted to go with the GLP-1. And initially, I know the community was a little bit like, you're on a GLP-1 after bariatric surgery? How could you?
Mhm.
But it helped me a lot, and it got me back to my pre-baby weight. I'm still not at my goal weight, but it's a lifelong journey. So I do give myself some grace with that. But it's been the best decision I've ever made for myself. I always like to say it's the biggest act of self-care and self-love that I could have done for myself. So I'm happy to be here, and I get to meet amazing people in the process. So it's a win-win.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. Well, now you get to pick, but it's kind of Michelle. I'll
So my name's Michelle, and my Instagram handle is Gas by Granny. Means gastric bypass, and I'm a grandma, so Granny. I always have to kind of spell that out because other people, well, it could mean something else, but it doesn't in this case. So I had gastric bypass in July of 2022. Since that time, I've lost 153 pounds, had a little bit of weight gain, but now I'm not doing anything, but for some reason, my weight's going back down, and I've noticed inches, not so much the weight, but I've noticed through my exercise and my walking and stuff, I'm losing inches again. So that has been nice. And so I just started 2 new jobs as well. I'm crazy, but I have been out of the workforce for 4 years, and I decided it was time to just kind of jump back in. So I became a travel advisor, did my first trip to Jamaica. The first week I became a travel advisor, and that was exciting. And then I became a medical survey taker. And so if anybody calls you about if you stayed in the hospital or a doctor, make sure you answer that survey.
I love
That's it.
Well, and Michelle, do you mind sharing how old you were when you had your gastric bypass? Because I think that's a fun part of your story.
So I was 62. And yeah, it's funny how your life changes, because I feel like I am younger now than I was in my 20s and 30s. And it's just because I can move more, I do more, feel healthier. So yeah, age is not defining. I think 60 is the new 30.
Yes, love that. Awesome. Well, I'll share just a little bit about me. I'm Shea. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy in March of 2022. My main why of having surgery was hopefully to conceive one day. So hearing Char's story with the berry baby, I'm like praying and hoping that's going to be me one of these days. So that was kind of like what launched into it for me. But then also too, just seeing all of the other benefits that came from it, I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I'm a polycystic ovarian syndrome girly, PCOS sister. I know other people who are in the community have that as well. So yeah, it's been awesome and fun. Funny enough, too, I just started on GLP-1 medications just about a month ago. So same kind of thing where I just experienced some regain and also I wasn't ovulating regularly. And so I looked into the research behind specifically terzipatides and seeing how that can help, especially with PCOS sisters out there. And so I'm really excited and hopeful that that will help with my ovulation and just kind of clearing up some of those other PCOS symptoms so I can get a berry baby too. That's the hope. So I've lost about 100 pounds, and I've also gotten into fitness a bit more this year and learning more about that. So Michelle, when you were saying that about inches, it's like body recomposition is so weird and cool. And so I'm excited to see it from that end, but then I'll be excited when the body composition is pregnancy. So either way will be fun. But yeah, so anyway, those are our stories. Feel free if you guys want to in the chat to answer or ask any questions. We're all pretty open books, but I just kind of wanted to get a good variety of some ladies on here to answer some questions. And so feel free to put those in the chat if you have any.
I will say, because I was on a GLP-1 as well when I became pregnant, fun fact, I had an IUD in. For those who don't know what that is, it's an apparatus that goes into your uterus opening to protect from having a pregnancy. And I still somehow managed to have a pregnancy. And someone told me that, sorry, it's not foolproof.
You're scaring Candace over here.
That was not the intent, but I jumped into like all these groups with the GLP-1 folks, and a lot of people said it did help them with fertility. So I don't know the science, but a lot of the GLP-1 girlies suddenly pop out with babies. So Shea, it's looking good, friend.
Yeah,
Well, that baby does.
I know. Well, I want to try to because there's not as much research done on the effects of how the medication affects pregnancy and babies. So they recommend to not conceive while you're on it, but I know that it happens. But so I'm trying to comply. We're trying to comply and not get pregnant quite yet, but hopefully get my ovulation on track. And then, but if it happens, it happens. So we'll see. Trying to do it the right way or what's recommended, but we'll see.
Well, I look at it this way. The right way is when the baby is ready to come, they'll come. And so no matter what you do, you know, I had 6 children. So, and I think maybe only 3 of those were planned. The others was, I told my husband, I said, you're potent Pete and I'm fertile Myrtle.
I love it. I love it.
Bless your heart. 6 babies. I have 3 and I'm ready to pull my wig off. So kudos to you.
No, you got to reach out to Michelle. Michelle's my person. That's why I feel so lucky to be in this community. I have so many people now. When my time comes of being a parent, it's like I'm going to have so many people I can ask questions to. And Michelle, Char, you guys are like top of my list.
Yeah, I've always said Shea is my adopted daughter. I had ones that I had naturally, but she's the one I chose outside of having.
That's right. We're the Disney buddies too. We've gone to Disneyland together. We've had a fun year, Michelle.
We've done a lot of fun things. More to come, right?
Yes.
Oh, I missed the Disney trip. Tell us all about it.
I know. I want to do it.
That?
I think we should do it next year, Michelle. If you know anybody who's a travel or what did you call it?
Advisor.
I was going to say advocate, but you're a travel advocate too. You're always trying to get us to travel. So.
You know, I will do my best to find somebody, but we definitely can find some good deals and get us all together for a fun trip.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I got to do 2 Disney bariatric meetups this year. One was in April, one was in June, and the one that Michelle went to was in April. And it was so much fun. We had so many non-scale victories. If you guys want to see that, we have a YouTube video that I shared on my channel that like captures all of that. And it was just so much fun. It was such a blast. So I don't know. What do you guys think? 2025, maybe?
Sign me up. I need Disney experts on the team because I've not been to Disney since I was like a teeny tiny child. So I don't know what's in there.
No. We got a newbie, Michelle.
Never.
Oh, we got a newbie. Oh, I've gone over. I think I've gone 25 times. So, and I only started when I was 27. So it's not like I went when I was real younger. This has been in my adult years. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I grew up going there because I used to live in LA. That's where I was born and raised. And so I know Disneyland like the back of my hand. Like I know all the good bathroom spots. I know all of the food spots. I know it's like it's ingrained in my mind. So I will show you guys the ropes. I think we should do it.
Yay.
And Haley, you have to come too. I
Yep.
see that you've never been. Oh my goodness. Let's do it.
Definitely Haley needs to come.
Yes. So we did get a question from Jamie. She said, I keep being told I undereat. I have issues getting time to eat real food. So I end up getting my protein via supplements. Char, this question's more for you. As a busy mom, how do you manage to get in your protein? That's a great question.
Start early because the earlier you start, it gives yourself time to like eat throughout the day. I've never been a breakfast person, and I know some people might find this completely controversial. I'm a Profi girl, so I have my Profi in the morning. That's 30 grams immediately. So I'm like, all right, we're starting early. So now I don't feel that pressure of like having to like shovel down protein when you don't even have the room for it. So the earlier you start, the better, and just really being intentional. So sometimes I do have to set alarms because one of the things with the GLP-1, sometimes you don't get those like prompts that like you're hungry or even thirsty at times. So I have to set those alarms for myself. So I'm like, okay, girl, you got to eat something now. So every 3 hours there's an alarm going off. So that might be helpful. If that's excessive, then just make mental note for yourself to every 2 to 3 hours, just check in. Did I have a protein? And knock it off your list.
Yeah. Can I interject here on this also?
Mm-hmm.
If you find that you're too busy, make time on the weekend or a Monday night or whenever you can to food prep. Always have something healthy. Make sure you get you can make egg bites. You can pack them with chicken or extra, like you can do so many things. And there are many, many people in the bariatric community that have recipes out there that you can just whip up and have them right there at your disposal. So you're not wanting to, I don't have time. I'm just going to grab a protein bar, or I don't have time to cook this. But if you prioritize your cooking, making sure that you're planned out, that way you're not making the mistake of falling back on that.
Yeah. And I'll add to that too, because I have ADD, attention deficit disorder. Many people in the community have ADD, ADHD, and I've found for myself that time blocking really helps. And that's kind of what Michelle was describing. Instead of like constantly thinking about, oh, what am I going to have today? Or what am I going to have in the next meal? Setting aside time to go, okay, this is my time to plan it and prep it. And then it makes it a lot easier for me to do it that way. And so being on GLP-1s, that's been the hardest part for me this last month, where before I was on medication, I was in a good rhythm where I could sense my hunger cues. Like I was, eating regularly. I had my flow going, and then having the medication, it's like even after surgery, we were talking about this yesterday, Candace and I still had hunger cues pretty much right after surgery. And it wasn't head hunger. I've had people say that, but like I really did feel hungry after. So this is the first time I've really felt such a loss in appetite, and it's been really weird. And so one of the things that I just did this last weekend is I did a few freezer meals. And so that way, because it's like, I was telling Candace, it's like I got to the point where it's like I would forget to put something in the crock pot just because I'm not thinking about foods like at all anymore. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of wild. And so I made, I did like a lime, enchilada sauce chicken breast that I put in freezer bags. And we had that for dinner tonight, where we did tacos with that. And then I did some casseroles. And so I'll try to maybe come out with a YouTube video with some of those freezer meals. I feel like that's so helpful, because then it's like the night before, you just take it out, you put it in the fridge and let it thaw overnight. And then usually they're like crock pot meals, or you bake them, and it's so much easier.
Yeah. So I use a meal, we call them Beehive meals here. It's a place that I think there's like HelloFresh, several things. Mm-hmm. And because it is just my husband and I buy the smaller portions. They come, the ones that I have are all crock pot meals. So in the morning, I'll just put it in the crock pot, set it on low. When I get home, the meal's done. And I always choose the high protein meals. So that's been a real help for me.
I love that. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's see. Cheryl had said, I have Boomerang, which sounds like maybe a similar service. Boomerang carrots and grapes right now. Is that the full name? I don't know. I don't think I read that quite right. But she said the same ones have gone to and from work with me the last 2 weeks. Sorry, I might be jumping into a conversation. I don't get the context of that. Sorry, Cheryl. But yeah, I think and I think also too, though, it's like different times and different seasons call for different things. And I think in my mind, I always had it like, oh, I have to do the same thing all the time. And that's being consistent. And I think relearning or unlearning that and relearning, okay, like for a season that did work, but now I'm in a different season where it's like having those freezer meals are what's working right now. And it can change and ebb and flow. And so just know that it's okay to adapt and change in different seasons.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? I know that unlearning piece was not on the brochure for the bariatric surgery. So I'm realizing there were a lot of things that weren't on the pamphlet. Unlearning certain habits, like culturally, my family's from the Dominican Republic. So I grew up eating certain kinds of food. Caribbean food is primarily like a protein and a bunch of carbs. So I had to almost like grieve my culture so that I can be a better berry. Like, not that I can't eat certain things, but not in the way I used to indulge. Did y'all at all have to unlearn things after bariatric surgery?
Yeah. I mean, like every day I'm like unlearning and grieving. And I think that's another big element and piece that isn't often talked about is that grief portion where there's a lot of big griefs. And then there's a lot of little griefs that add up to, feeling like where it's really hard.
Yeah, that's a great word for it. I never really considered it as a grieving process that you're going through of unlearning things. And that would explain a lot as to why it's so hard to let go of some of those old habits or things that you're used to doing or something that brings you comfort.
Well, it's all those associations too, right? So it's like, yeah, my social connection always had food involved, right? Or that's kind of what I'm hearing from you, Char, like that, like food equaled love, food equaled family. And when food is not that center of the atmosphere anymore, then it's like, do I lose all those things? And I think that's the biggest key of unlearning. It's like, no, you can have all of those things and they don't have to revolve around food, but it's hard to unlearn and learn something different with that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at our society, and when we get with our girlfriends or our friends or anyone, we just say, what do we say? Let's meet for lunch. Let's meet for dinner. It all centers around that. Why don't we say, let's meet and go for a hike? Let's meet and go. It's just a whole different way of thinking and retraining what we've been cultured to do.
Yeah. And one of the questions I often ask myself when I'm feeling kind of sad or like grieving or like, oh man, like this doesn't feel good. It's like, what is it that I'm desiring? And a lot of times I'm desiring comfort or I'm desiring connection. I'm desiring pleasure of some sort. And then it's kind of asking myself, okay, like that used to maybe be revolved around food, but what are some other ways to get that now? It's like, meeting up with Candace, getting connection. But we didn't eat it all during that time. We went to the gym, and it's like, not that you have to do it that way every time, but it's like, I was still able to get that connection without having food being a priority or like the center of things. And I think I learned that a lot in my pre-op diet because I was like, I didn't want to stop doing things, but I just had to look at it from a different way where we still went out, with friends to a winery. And it's like, I couldn't eat any of the food or drink any of the wine during my pre-op diet. But it's like, no, my purpose for this is going for connection. And that's what I'm going to focus on. But it's really hard.
Are y'all nervous about the holidays, or you feel like you got this under you? Because I've been talking to a few folks in the community, and some are just in their first year of being post-bariatric. And I know for me, I had my surgery in October, which was like a weird time to have it because you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, you have New Year's. And like you said, most of these celebrations are centered around food. Do y'all have any reservations with the holiday season approaching? Well, literally next week.
Yeah, right.
No.
For me, or Michelle, you go first. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say, I feel like I have a good handle on it now. Like I used to, when I was beginning at the beginning and right after my surgery, I would be very steer clear of everything because, that's what you're supposed to do. It was hard, like, oh, there's a piece of candy and I really want that piece of candy, but I can't. Now I know if I have that piece of candy, I'm not going to gain 200 pounds back.
Mm-hmm.
I know that if I stop at one piece of candy, I will be satisfied. I've allowed myself to have that, and I move on. I don't dwell that I had it, because in reality, I didn't break any rules. I enjoyed it, and I moved on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for me too, it's the first round of holidays after surgery was really challenging, but maybe not in the way that you would think. It wasn't so much food related, but it had to do just with like I was getting triggered really easily. And so if people don't know what that means, it's just essentially when something happens and it triggers your body, or it causes your body to re-experience trauma that you've had in the past. And so I didn't realize that the holidays just were triggering times for me where it would send my body into kind of, a fight, flight, freeze response. I would be very on edge, it was just very stressful just because of like things that I had experienced in the past. And so that's something that I did a YouTube video on that as well, where it's like, that was more weird than the food part for me of just going, gosh, why am I so on edge? And so going to therapy helped with that and kind of just acknowledging that. And then allowing myself to not put so much pressure on myself during that time. So it's like, I used to be the person who would always host Thanksgiving and cook all the food. And since having surgery, I'm like, I just don't want to do that. Like, I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to, and I don't put that pressure on myself anymore. So I think that's another thing too, of just like that was a hard transition, but it's so much better where it's like, now I can enjoy the holidays a bit more because I'm doing things that I actually want to be doing rather than cooking for everybody. Like, and that's fun and can be nice too, but it's like focusing on the things that I actually enjoy about the holidays rather than like the stuff I always felt like obligated to do. So.
Mm-hmm. This is my first year where I'm not cooking. So like I'm used to always hosting and cooking and everything. So this is the first year where I'm not doing any of that. And I'm really looking forward to it.
You won't ever want to go back. I thought like, okay, this is just going to be a one-off thing. Like I had surgery in March. So I was still a little farther out by the time Thanksgiving came around, but I haven't cooked Thanksgiving like since, and it's really nice.
Oh my goodness. I'm looking forward to it, to just be able to relax and enjoy and watch others really enjoy the holidays. Like I'm feeling the holiday spirit, but it's more about the connection with others now for me than it is creating this big feast and making sure that everybody is fed and making sure that everybody eats well. And that's their priority and their prerogative and what they need to do. I'm here for the connection and just to enjoy the time that I get to spend with everybody.
Yeah. And it's okay to break tradition. Like if that is kind of a triggering thing, it's like, instead of doing a full blown Thanksgiving dinner, it's like, do a casserole that night, do pizza if you're in that space where like that would feel okay for your body, but it's okay to break tradition. And that's what I've just tried to come back to. It's like, what do I actually want to do? And like, let's just do that and have fun.
Yeah.
We're adults. We can do whatever we want.
That's
so funny. I was like, the other day was like, nobody's going to stop you as an adult from buying something. It's like, so just go out and enjoy the life that you have because you only get to live it once.
I wish someone would stop me from shopping.
Right?
Seriously,
like, take my card.
Just move out
very
to
unhealthy. I think it might be my transfer addiction, y'all. Amazon.
I was going to say, that's probably what it is.
No, it's hard. Yeah, no, it's really hard. There's another really good question that I'll pose to this group because I think this is a really good one. How do you all deal with partners, kids, friends, family members who bring you food or who bring food into the home that we shouldn't have, or maybe that don't that food that doesn't feel super great to our body. We were just talking about something similar. That's why I was thinking Candace might kick us off with that one.
So I had a very similar experience like that. I recently went through a divorce, and my ex-husband would always bring things into the house that were triggering or things that weren't on my plan. And for him, it was, I needed to understand where it was coming from. It was coming from a space of love and care. Like, here, I know you used to love these things, and I want you to have them and enjoy them. But for me, it was triggering, and I needed to understand that, where he was coming from, and two, that I needed to create those boundaries and let them know that, yes, I appreciate where you're coming from, and I understand the gift of love that you're bringing to me, but you have to have those strong boundaries and that willpower on yourself to be able to say, no, I need a healthier alternative, or no, I can't have this in the house because I can't trust myself with those things. Or even if they do bring it and you do treat yourself, then you have to set that boundary on how often you're going to do those things. Mm-hmm. It is about willpower, and it is really tough to create boundaries for yourself and those that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Agree. I think one of the main things with this surgery is that we do a lot of self-reflection, right? Like, I'm learning things about myself that I didn't realize were, like Shea said, triggers, right? So like with food, there are some things that I can eat in moderation. And then there are some things that I'm like, absolutely not, because I'm going to do the most. And so I had to learn to identify what those things were for me. I am self-proclaimed carby Barbie. Anything carbs, like crunchy bread, Italian bread. If I smell Italian bread, I'm just like, it's really like, those are I know I can't do that in moderation. So I don't bring it in the house. And if I do have it, it has to be something that I'm like done with, and it's at the restaurant and I'm never going to see it again. So there's a lot of like self-reflection and realizing like, okay, this is my area of vulnerability. So I'm going to like, address it or not deal with it at all. So the therapist and Shea is probably going to be like, you need to unpack that. But truly, I do think that I'm still a work in progress, right? I want people to like get out their head. You're not going to be a perfect bariatric patient. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's scandalous or controversial to say, but you're not going to be a perfect bariatric patient. There's a human factor in there. Mm-hmm. So you're still dealing with your human nature and undoing all the things that you've been doing for however many years of your life. Mm-hmm. So you're essentially a newborn in this process. We're all babies. So give yourself some grace. You wouldn't tell your baby, hey kid, why aren't you walking? You're only 6 months. You should be running. Like you would never say that to a baby. So just learning yourself, right? Learning your triggers. And it's okay to accept that you have pain points or areas of vulnerability, and just really coming to terms with that. So I 100% agree with y'all.
And just for the record, I would not say to just deal with it, because I'm a big believer in your body will let you know when you're ready to unpack whatever box that is. And there's no timeline. There's no rush in that. Like it's, and I think that's what's so freeing is like the only timeline you have is the one that you put on yourself, and you don't even have to have that one there. Like you do you in your own time and your own way. This is a lifelong journey of learning and growing, and there's no timeline with that. So
I love that you said that. Thank you.
I found out, like, I'm with Char. Breads, man, they were my downfall. I could go to Texas Roadhouse and eat 20 of them, the rolls. Or garlic bread. So good. And so that was my stay away from. I knew that I couldn't control myself around bread. Well, just recently, I've been able to introduce it back in my diet. But what I found is you cannot at least I cannot tolerate it. It hurts my stomach so bad that it's enough to say, I don't want it and I don't crave it and I don't care to have it. So that's been good that my stomach has almost refused it, because that's kind of solidified the fact that I don't need that anymore.
Yeah. Dee asked a fun question. And thanks, Jamie, for the water check. I always appreciate when people do that. I really appreciate that. Oh, actually, before I get to Dee's comment, I wanted to talk about Haley's real quick. I think it was when we were talking about triggers. she was saying that mine was having family watching everything you put on your plate and asking, oh, can you eat that? Can you eat that? And I thought it might be helpful just to explain like some of the body cues that you can feel when you're getting triggered, because going into the holidays, there's usually a lot of opportunities where those triggers can come up, especially if you're going to be around family you haven't been with in a long time. But how like it sometimes will display in the body. Oftentimes when you feel big emotions, it'll actually start in your pelvis that you feel it. Not everybody feels it there, but that's typically where it starts. It starts to rise up. And then that's when you start having like a fast heart rate, where you might have like kind of tightness in your chest, or having a hard time breathing. It'll rise up to your neck and your head. And sometimes you'll get like a flush in your face and your ears of feeling really hot. And then it kind of is almost like a volcano where it comes down and you start to feel it in your arms and your hands. And that's why when people are typically having really big emotions, they get very animated, because it's the body's way of expressing that. And so I feel like that's just a helpful piece of information to have in your mind when you're in those situations, going into them knowing, okay, there might be things that come up where I start to feel triggered, and that's okay. Nothing's wrong with that. That's just your body's way of communicating that with you. And then when you can start to feel those things, and maybe it'll be, shortness of breath, or you'll feel really flushed, you can cue into that and go, okay, this is happening right now. And then you can have a plan of like, what's the safety plan of what can I do in those situations? And some of those things might be going to the bathroom and just, excusing yourself for a little while. If you can go outside and look out in the distance, that actually helps with your brain, like bring it back down. So going out and just looking outside. It can be even just taking some deep breaths if you can't like immediately remove yourself from the situation. And for me, it's really helpful just to always have an escape route where it's like, I'm an adult. I can drive my own car there. I can leave if I want to, even if it brings up uncomfortable feelings for people. That's not my responsibility. I can leave at any time. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there because I think going into the holidays, they can be very triggering.
Yeah. My response is have some clapbacks ready, because everybody's dirty laundry.
Or just call Char and just hold the phone up.
I need to take some notes on some clapbacks. So that way I can have them stored.
Yes. Just have them stored. Just keep them in the arsenal, just in case.
So what's a response that you guys would have if you're at a family gathering and somebody says, hey, like, can you eat that? Or that's kind of a lot on your plate. What's your clapback, Char?
And do you see me eating it? So I can eat it. Point blank period. Did you feed it to me? No. Did you make it? No. I don't eat your food. I ate what I want. See? Or you just mentioned the divorce or something petty, because that's my nature. Just be petty. You know the messy auntie's business. Put it out.
What about you, Michelle? What's your response to, or like, what would be your response to that?
I don't really know. I think it would be mind your own plate. You go. I say, I'll eat what I want, and how much of this I may not eat it all, but it's there. And if I want it, I can. And if I don't, I can't. But mind your own plate.
I like it. Yeah. My default is always like, this is what makes my body feel good. And I hope you eat what makes your body feel good.
You're so sweet, Shea. I'm gonna write you a list of clapbacks.
I know. It's still my healing people pleaser. I could use some clapbacks. I can get spice. I'm trying to bring out the spice a little more. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll go back to Dee's question now. He said, do y'all do any holiday workouts, turkey trots, perhaps? Anybody do anything special or fun for the holidays for moving your body?
I'm hoping to do my first turkey trot or like winter 5K this year. Yeah,
I've never done it. I'll do it with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've always thought about it, but I haven't had anybody really who's like been like, okay, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think there's one in town.
What's a turkey trot? I've never heard of a turkey trot. What's that?
Yeah, so it's like just usually like a little 5K kind of celebration thing. People will typically like dress up like
There's turkeys and Santas and other like holiday dress ups that people dress as, and
then you just go and like they have it like blocked off to where you can go and run around and
run, walk. They have a kid one too, so it's pretty family friendly, and some of them are time, they give you a time slip, and some don't. And yeah.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
the dressing up part. You got me with
Yeah,
that.
me too.
Yeah.
Get a fun beanie and put some feathers or something on it. A gobble.
That's what I'm gonna do the
that.
whole time. I'm just gonna gobble as we go. Gobble and waddle. I'm trying to think. I love I mean, putting on some like holiday music and just like dancing out, you know, some Wham, some Mariah Carey, just like jamming
Yes.
and dancing. I think that's fun. Ooh, we got Dr. Joe, or I think it's Dr. Joe in the house. He said that they're doing a turkey trot, maybe it's Heather, turkey trot 5K on Thanksgiving morning.
Ooh,
Join us in Dallas.
And
They're
they
in
have
Dallas.
outfits. Yeah,
They
how
have
far away is
outfits.
Dallas from you?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Heather. Yeah,
Is Marty
I
gonna
didn't do
be?
that. Marty's always at the party. Marty was at retreat.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think
Marty brings
Marty's
the
right
party.
beside me, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
Marty stays on my
Marty,
computer.
my one. Yeah. I
How
love my Marty
cute.
sticker. It's on my fridge.
A cool way to get some steps in, and I did this with my mom last year. We did we went to the stadium here in Sugar Land in Texas, and they have a light show. So you can just walk around and get your steps in, take pictures by the lights. I think they do them all over the place. So you can see if there's a local light show and just walk around, get your steps in. Turn the step counter on if you must. I always forget to turn my Nike Run Club app on all the time. So get your steps in.
I feel like kind of like a bit of a granny with this one, but I feel like it's really fun. I like going to the mall, and I know that shopping can sometimes be out of hand, like if I let it, but I try to go and just, it's like, no, I'm just going to walk and like look around and like people watch and look around. But it's nice, especially like if you live in a colder area where it's like going outside for a long period of time might not feel so great. I like doing mall walking. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Was that a dish on me that I'm a granny? And...
Not at all. It was a compliment.
Oh.
No, I just feel like I tend to see people in the older population where they like will have like their sweatbands on and they're like in the mall, you know. I'm not that intense, but
that's actually pretty cool because you have stuff to look at. Like walks can get kind of boring sometimes if you don't have the like things to look at. So I do like the idea of mall walking. I guess I'll be joining Ethel and
they're nice. They're super nice people. Yeah, just go say hi and join their group.
I actually do go to senior citizen hours for like most stores because it's when the store is the most organized. It's so quiet. I love that. So shout out to my senior citizens.
That's right. I love it. Oh my goodness. Well, I can't believe we're like 5 minutes to when we like typically close. I know it always goes too quick, but maybe what we could close with is let's say that there is a person who's just considering weight loss surgery. Kind of, we've all been in that space, right? Of like, am I going to go for it? Am I not? I don't know. Let's go around and say, what's like your one takeaway for them or like piece of advice that you would give them? And whoever can start.
I would say give yourself grace because this is going to be a very rocky road that you're going to venture out into, and it's not going to always be easy. And as many times as you think you're going to get knocked down, you're going to get right back up, and you're just going to have to give yourself that grace.
You got to sing the song. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep us down. Right? Oh my goodness.
I would definitely say if you have any reservations about it in this moment, maybe you aren't ready. It's okay to not be ready too. When you do find yourself in a space of weighing out your options, like the waiting table, but when you weigh out your options, ultimately do your due diligence. And I'm a big proprietor of just like doing your research, being comfortable with the provider who you're putting your life in their hand. So just go into it. If you have that peace of mind and you feel like you've done your due diligence and you feel good about it, go for it. If you still have any reservations, then maybe it's just not the right time. And that's okay too, because there's so many other alternatives now. Look at the GLP-1s. We're all on a GLP-1 at this point. So maybe explore some other options in the meantime. And then if you revisit it and you feel better about it, then go for it, or tap in with people in the community. There's a lot of great. Shay's always sharing, Candace always sharing, Michelle's always sharing, I'm always talking. So tap in with us. We're more than happy to give you our experience, but keep in mind that your experience and our experience may be very different. So that's my 2 cents.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Michelle?
So it's funny that this came up because my surgical center put me in touch, put one of the patients in touch with me and asked, they said, would you be willing to talk to this patient? I says, oh yeah, send him over. So we've had many talks from about July, and she wanted to have the surgery, but she was getting a lot of pushback from her family. She ended up just having her gastric bypass on the 11th, and she is being a rock star. And the one thing that we talked about over and over is, what do you want in your life? Don't worry about what your kids want. Don't worry about what your sister wants. What do you want? And if this is something you want, go for it. Don't have any I mean, it's good to have hesitations, but if this is what you're ready for, do it. And she texted me the other day and she says, is something wrong with me? I haven't been sick. I haven't hurt anything. And I said, no, this is wonderful for you. And she says, already I can feel a difference. She said, but the difference, she says, is not so much the weight right now, but it's how she feels about herself inside. So always go with your gut feeling. If this is something you want to do and you feel like you're ready for it, go for it. And again, don't let age matter. You can do it at any age. You're worthy of it.
I love that.
Yeah, we had some great answers.
Yeah. We have Dr. Joe / Heather coming in saying, make sure you look for verified surgeons. So that, make sure they're board certified and have all of their credentials. I think that's a very good point. And I think for me, my piece of advice would be just plugging into community. And I know it's kind of, I don't want to say cliche, but we just talk about it a lot because that was like not on my radar at all going into having surgery. I didn't know that there was a big community of people. Like in theory, I knew, a lot of people have weight loss surgery, but I didn't know that there was such a cool space for that. Where all of you I met through on Instagram. Like it's so cool how many supportive people are out there. And I just wish I would have done that even before surgery, because there's so many people who are willing to share their experiences, answer questions you have, of course, like not giving medical advice. We don't want to do that. But when I was looking into having surgery, I just wanted to see like what other people's lives looked like after, because it's like the only thing really that I saw before was on shows like My 600-Pound Life. And like, while that can be helpful and great in some ways, it's like a very small population of people who fit that criteria. And so there's so many people out there. Ask questions, reach out, and just like get plugged in. And also the other thing I would say too is if you feel comfortable and you're in a space to do it, like share your story from before you even start having surgery. If you feel like you want to do that, like I started sharing my bariatric journey like 4 months post-op is when I started sharing videos and stuff. And it's so fun to look back and go, oh my gosh, like this is just getting started. Like, so even if you don't share it publicly, having stuff like that documented for yourself is just like really, really cool. So, and then one last tip, Dr. Joe and his team said that Surgical Review Corp is verified. They look at all your surgical outcomes and verify good surgeons. So just a resource to throw in there. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I feel like, is there anything else that you guys want to leave off on, or maybe we could say what we're grateful for? Is that so cheesy?
No, absolutely not cheesy at all. I literally wake up to gratitude checks. I feel like if you do have that gratitude, it helps you appreciate the things that you have, and it creates space to welcome new things in your life. So absolutely, I'm grateful for this space. I have to absolutely shameless plug, Talk Berry to Me every Sunday. It was an act of love that turned into something beautiful and a space of love, and just, people supporting one another. I'm live every Sunday on TikTok, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific time. And my brothers of the Berry Male Experience, they do the same thing, but for men on Taco Tuesday. So tap in with us. There's a lot of people in the chat. Murph pops in all the time. We see Shea cooking on live. Like, these are the people you want to connect with. They are invested in the community. They had the surgery, but they still make time to pour back into the community. So definitely make sure you connect with the waiting table, connect with Talk Berry to Me, Berry Male Experience, Michelle, Candace, all of us, man. Tap in with us.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for plugging that. The Char and the Berry Male Experience, they're amazing. Like, they're so fun to listen to. Like, I don't love TikTok, the platform, like, just because it's scary to me because I'm still learning it. But anytime I go over, it's for you guys, like, because I want to see what you guys have going on. So you guys are awesome.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say I am just so grateful, mainly for community. My friendships have bonded so well, like I just never expected that I would have the friendships and the love that I have for people. And it's just been a big blessing in my life. And it's just expounded my love for I feel like I just have such a gratitude for everyone. And just my heart just gets full whenever I'm around you guys. So I love it.
Oh, we love you too.
Thanks.
What about, you didn't share yours yet, right?
No,
Okay.
but I'm going to tag along with Michelle's and Char, and like just having a safe space in the community online, being able to vocalize anything that I feel needs to be vocalized, and listening to other people's stories and being able to connect, and just having that community and meeting everybody in person and things like that. It does make you have a really big heart, and like, just like, oh, like I love this community and everything that it's brought out for me and everybody else, because everybody gets something different from it. And it is a beautiful experience.
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful that in a few short months, I'll get to see all of you guys, or the ladies, here in person for the Just Be You Bariatric Awards. So nominations are open for that. Tickets and hotels are open for that. And all of us who are on tonight, we're going to be there. And I think we're all presenters, right? Am I? Yes. Yeah. Okay. I was like, I should have checked that before. So we're all going to be presenting awards to celebrate the community. That it's an amazing event put on by Our Sleeve Life podcast. If you go to my Instagram and also to even the waiting tables, I have links in our bios to go over. So if you want to learn more about that, but St. Louis, we're all going to be there, and please come up and say hi. Yes. The Berry Male Experience. Those guys are going to be there. Oh, Dr. Joe, you're not going to be there. And well, can you send Marty? Is that bad to ask?
Send
no,
Marty.
I'm just kidding. No, we'll miss you guys at that one. But yeah, it's such a great event. So if you guys want to, yes, we should just have Marty stickers. But if you guys want to come, tickets are on sale, and I'm so excited. So we'll all get to see each other in person. Like, April's not that far away.
Right after the holidays, it's just going to roll right in.
Yep.
And it's my birthday month. April is my birthday month. So yes, let's go.
We're going to live it up.
Yes.
I'm really going to try to.
Ready.
Yeah, I'm really going to try. I'm usually the old lady, like, where I, don't do a whole lot, but I'm going to be 30 at that time. And I told Rob, I'm like, I'm really going to try to bring my party game. So
She has to be in bed by 8:00 now. 30.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try to bring it. So, well, make sure you guys go follow all these amazing ladies, get support, reach out. They love talking and connecting, as do I. And I just want to say, see, Rob's not here. Thank you for joining another episode of the Waiting Table podcast. And we love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. So do a little hearts goodbye. Thank you, ladies, for being on. Bye, everyone.